Hi, welcome to INTERSCHUTZ 2026, and it's my pleasure, Steve Apter from IFSJ, to be talking with yourself, Anne-Lise. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much for coming over, Steve. I'm Anne-Lise. I'm working for the company LION for the EMEA regions, Europe, Middle East, and Asia. I'm the marketing manager over there.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. And first impressions, here we are at INTERSCHUTZ. How's things going so far for LION?
Well, very happy to be there, to be honest with you. It's great. It's such a nice event, you know, like just meeting the people, seeing the people. We're definitely like enjoying already. Like first morning, and this is great. Just nice to see all so many faces.
That's fantastic. And it is a great opportunity to meet and greet, isn't it?
Definitely.
Make new friends and meet old friends.
And you know, you see so many people like on Teams, on emails, on the phone, on social media. But meeting them face to face, you don't have that opportunity so often, you know? This is what's so great about INTERSCHUTZ, yeah.
That's brilliant. So, LION, we're talking about LION today, and we talk a lot as a former firefighter about firefighter readiness.
Yeah.
And this combination of not just readiness in terms of the PPE, but readiness in terms of training, in terms of the life cycle of PPE. So, how is LION combining all of those themes to ensure firefighter readiness?
Well, we do that in a very holistic approach, in a very holistic way. We are actually proposing at every step of the way LION equipment. So we have a motto at LION, which is before, during, and after. And before would be all our training solutions. We propose to firefighter fire training solutions where they can learn to engage with fire, learn to behave on fire, what to do, and all those kind of things and everything. Then we have during. During is everything related to turn-on gear, CBRN gear, so where people are really like in action, they are really getting the operational intervention. And we also then support everything they do with our total care activities. Those activities are maintenance and repairs of the turn-on gear, but also of the training equipment. Because being a firefighter, as you said, is about readiness. And to be ready, you need to be constantly training, constantly being available, being ready. And that goes with training again and again, having the right gear put on, training with that gear that you're going to be using with your personal, and having the complete system to support and maintain that. You cannot go to a with a turn-on gear which is damaged. You cannot train with a product which is broken.
So, focusing on training, that's a really good point. There's a real drive towards more efficient training, repeatable training through digital simulation. But there's also real value in real life training. And so how is LION bringing those together to ensure this firefighter readiness?
It's indeed very important to look at where the market is going, what are the needs of the market, and what works and what needs to happen. So at LION, we developed a few years ago what we call NFTT, New Fire Training Technology. It's a training concept in which we explain to our customers like digital is the upcoming way of training, virtual reality, even augmented reality. But you also need real fire. You need the way of learning and everything. You need to touch, you need to feel, you need to have the sensation of hot and heat, you know. So actually, one is not replacing the other. What we propose to our customers is like, you want to efficiently train, you need to train digital. You need to train in training units, usually supplied by gas, for example, but you still need this real life training fire where you're gonna burn wood. It's extremely important. Why? Because the training is very diverse. You need to train on the procedure, how to behave with each other, how to work with each other, but you also need to train on how to wear the gear, how to wear your breathing apparatus, and you also need to feel the heat. How are you going to react when you're going to when you're going at 800, 1,000 degrees intervention scene? You cannot panic. You need to train that because your body will tell you first thing to do is to get out. Those guys have to get in. So we propose actually a combination of all of that. So then they get the complete portfolio in an optimized and in a very efficient way, but also in a healthy way. Because training is not always healthy. It's very important to protect the safety as much as we can of the firefighters.
That's a really important point, and thanks for highlighting that. This challenge. It's not simulation or real. It's a combined altogether. Yeah. Fantastic. So again, that leads quite nicely onto, I know as a former chief, PPE budgets. Yeah. Walking around INTERSCHUTZ, it's like all your Christmases have come at once. Yeah. But PPE budgets are a challenge. Maintenance budgets are a challenge. But LION have taken an approach around this. And so can you tell us a bit more about that?
So we are really looking at being efficient. Do not cut on the quality of the learning curves, on the training, the quality of the gear and everything. So we're really looking about how can we optimize our offer to the best of the customer needs. So for example, for training solutions, what we try to do is indeed everything which is digital, because you have less constraint of budget with gas and wood, for example. You're only using electricity, all those kind of things. So trying to use new technology to actually also help firefighting units struggling with budget, using like new technology to actually be efficient with your costs. For the tunnel gear, we decided to approach it another way, because you cannot cut on quality. This is impossible. You have to give the best quality at the best price. And what we thought is like, okay, every gear is different. Every gear have to fit a certain expectations. However, you see trends, you see what works best and everything. So we did a most standardized tunnel gear that we have in stock. So we deliver fast, we have stock, we reduce the cost. So we can offer a high quality gear to our customers at the best price possible. And everything around the repair and maintenance, we are trying also over there to be as efficient as possible. So we are looking at retrofitting. When you need something new, something different, don't destroy everything. Look what you can keep, what you can reuse, what we can readapt and everything. And we are making sure that with what we propose to our customers since the beginning, a follow-up, so that we make sure your training equipment, but also your tunnel gear is going to go a long time along with you. If you get us in when it's already broken, you already miss a step. So that since the beginning, we can make sure your gear is going out with you for years, but also your training equipment.
And this is the total care process.
Total care, yeah, precisely.
Excellent, thank you. So, just for a moment, from a firefighting perspective, across the region, the EMEA region, what trends, what risks that are changing? Firefighters are, the risk envelope, as I call it, is evolving all the time.
Yeah.
How are those risk trends changing from your perspective, and how are LION adapting to some of those changes?
Yeah. Of course, we see several types of trends. We're in several types of business training, operational readiness and everything, total care. A big one that we see from our side is everything about the health and the safety in operations. So the impact of training, the impact of wearing the gear so often and everything. So this is already something that we really have a big role to play in finding solutions to keep the firefighters healthy and protected from their own gear, protecting from their own training equipment. So, and digital simulations, but also cleaning technologies. We are really looking at how to clean up your gear the best way possible, because washing it in a washing machine, it's like I explained, but if you check in the gear itself, it's not. So we're proposing solutions like CO2 cleaning and everything to make sure we keep them safe. That doesn't mean on the intervention, that means every day when they are training, when they are everywhere, they're doing everything.
That's really interesting. And as somebody who's started in the fire service a long time ago, to hear that priorities are given around the safety, health and safety and well-being of firefighters, I think it's a real strength of where the industry is moved to.
It's very important. We need you guys. So we need to protect you to make sure that you can do what you're best at. That's most important for us.
And I think that's a really, for me personally and professionally, a great place to say thank you. Thanks for your time. And I wish you a fantastic INTERSCHUTZ.
Thank you very much. You too, enjoy. Bye.